Hey, what is up, you guys, and welcome to this episode of Eddie's Customs and Restorations.
So today we're going to be replacing the front shocks on this 2004 Ford Ranger with a 3.0. So here we go. First, we're going to remove the top studs for the shock. You're going to need an extension and a 15mm deep socket, along with a ratchet, or in our case, we got our impact. So as you just saw, the nut, or actually the stud, started spinning. The stud from the shock started spinning. Therefore, that nut right there was not coming loose. So what you do in a case like that, you get yourself a ratchet wrench, would be a lot faster, and you simply put that one down there, and then you're gonna get a vice grip like this one and put it on the very top of that stud. There's a little, it's like notched on both sides to where you can put, you know, one of these on there. Okay, when they're pretty rusty on there, like this one seems to be, you can put a little bit of WD-40 on there and bathe it up a little bit so it can get in good and let you loosen it easier. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it through the bottom here in the inner wheel well housing. Okay, and I'm gonna have to hold it as I loosen it up. Okay, so you can do it that way, or if you have some massive pliers like these, adjustable pliers, you can grab the entire casing of the shock and hold it like so, and go at it again with a socket and extension up the top. Just so long as you hold that upper part of the shock, you're fine. Okay, so you're going to come down here to the very bottom of the lower control arm, and there's going to be two screws right there, or two nuts. Okay, you're going to remove those. They're 13mm. Okay, so now you're gonna just grab it from up here and you're gonna pull down and compress the shock. And when you do that, you're gonna look at the bottom. Okay, down here, you're gonna quickly lift up and then you're gonna come out through here. Like that. Okay, so on this one, it was a little tough for me to start bringing it down. I was not really succeeding too much being able to pull it down, so I'm just gonna grab it like so, and I'm gonna push up instead. First thing you want to do after removing your shock is compare sizes, the new one to the old one. If you followed the steps that I did and did not remove the wheel or anything like that, you just left it on the truck the way it was. Of course, you compress your shock, right? In this case, the shock did not open up again, so if you do an exact, lineup like that, it's like, whoa, it's short, but make sure you fully extend it. Like that, and then do your comparison. It's the same. Okay, then you have your bags, that the new shocks that it come with. And that's your hardware. So there's your new hardware. So let's move on to the truck and we'll continue this installation. So the lower control arm has a contour that goes down and then the wheels on that side, okay? So these have a bit of an angle, okay? And you want it to make sure it's pointing down towards the tire. Okay? And then on the top, you need to put this hardware on there. This one has a right and a wrong way of putting it on. So the rounded side towards the bottom, because that's going to slide into the hole that's already on top on the mount, the shock mount. So we're going to go ahead and compress the shock and go in there the same way we took it out. So after you put those two bolts in there, those are going to be, the heads are 10s, so you're going to need a 10mm wrench to hold it in place as you're tightening the bottom ones. The bottom ones are 13s as well, as just like the original ones. When using power tools, it's not really recommended for you to just trust that, because they are battery powered. So you never know when it's running low and you end up with loose hardware, okay? So always make sure you double check with a ratchet. Make sure that they're good and snug. See, that one was a little loose still. So things like that can happen. So it's always good for preventative measure to make sure you use manual tools. And as obvious as it is, this person has worn out stabilizer or sway bar links. So that will be advised to the customer when he comes back. Actually, we'll give him a call right here quick. But yeah, there's supposed to be some bushings just like the one the Shock has, very similar to that. There's supposed to be one right there and another one right up there, same as right there and up. Well, that one actually has it up here, but yeah, due to the angle, I'm not exactly sure if you can get this, but the rod from the Shock is actually not centered, so at which point you would push down and center it so that that little part, that little lip from the rubber that we mentioned earlier, goes through the hole and centers the shaft. And then same thing when you're putting on this this bushing, you want that protruded side to face down. So you want those protruded sides to face each other, meeting this hole from the shock tower, and the smooth side up. Smooth side meets this washer. Okay. Then you put the nut on.
Spinning.
Is it? I'm gonna do that just again so they can see what's happening.
Oh, I'm holding it. So do I not hold it?
Don't hold it.
Well, because you can see it clearly when you're with the impact. It
Already?
it showed where it was spinning.
You're holding it with your hand?
No, you want to hold it now?
Hold it and see if you can hold it.
Can I go? Yeah.
you may have to hold the shock so that it doesn't spin and rotate on you. So since it started spinning, I'm going to go ahead and put vice grips on the top. And if you're wondering how tight they go, it just goes on good and snug to where the bushing is getting slightly compressed. You know, not hardcore, just slightly compressed, and you're good. Well, I hope this information was useful. If it was, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It gives YouTube feedback and lets them know that this is good content. Thank you all for watching. Until next time.